Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the first chapter, Fridays with Freddie. Freddie is currently taking a nap on the ground, or on the floor. I will wake him up when we're done and he can say hi. So he's just going to listen to us as we go through today's book. So, first of all, thank you to those of you who filled out the poll. I appreciated it. And if you didn't, that's okay. I just kind of wanted an idea of where everyone was at as far as their interests. And I think I got a pretty good idea. Not surprisingly, there was a large spectrum of interest, but there were some things that stood out as a lot of people liking. So, since we started with a fantasy book, I figured maybe it would be fun to go all the way to the other end of the reading spectrum and do something nonfiction. Now, before you start groaning, okay, I should mention a couple of things because nonfiction doesn't equal boring. Okay, you can have really interesting nonfiction. So, number one, this book has a lot of pictures. So if you like pictures, you should read this book. Number two, this book has a lot of humor. So there's some inside jokes that are pretty funny. I mean, I only read the first chapter and I was laughing out loud at several points. So I think you'll like the humor level. And the book even comes with a disclaimer. I love when they warn you before you read the book so you know what you're getting yourself into. So this book has a hazard level label of black. And here's what that means. This book contains a high risk of amputation, propeller accidents, torpedoes, demolition bombs, incendiary bombs, torture, exploding whales, drowning, prison camps, whiskey drinking while parachuting, and something in Japanese that I can't read. Wait. Exploding whales? Whales don't explode, do they? Well, I guess we'll find out. Any predictions on what the next book is about? If you said history, you are correct. Specifically, I had a request for something about World War II, so that's what we're going to do. Buckle up and get ready for The Raid of No Return by Nathan Hale. Setting: the Pacific Ocean, 1941. Chapter 1. On March 8th, 1862, near the entrance to the Chesapeake Bay, the Confederate ironclad CSS Virginia steamed into battle. Built on the hull of a salvaged Union warship, the Virginia was covered in thick plates of metal armor. In one long day, she destroyed 2 massive Union warships. More than 400 Union sailors were lost beneath the waves. It was the worst defeat in United States Navy history until now, 1941. Ah, yeah. We'll come back to him in a minute. The target is on the east side of the island. Get closer to the water. Approaching target. Lower. Fire! Fire torpedo! Click. Torpedo away! It's launched. It's gonna make it. Did we hit something? Yeah, we hit the net. Again. Snag. Return to the ship. This practice run was a total failure. Kagoshima Bay, Kyushu, Japan. The nets only give us 40 feet of water. There's no room for the torpedoes to level out. Our actual target zone is 40 feet deep on average. You must fly even lower, like a dragonfly skimming over a pond. It doesn't matter how low we fly. The torpedoes need deeper water. This pilot is correct. Our torpedoes won't swim in that shallow water. Commander Jenda, sir. Sir, what can we do? We can either wait for the sea to rise, or we can try a new type of torpedo. Come take a look. Sir, that looks like our same Type 91 torpedo. Yes, it is the good old Giore, the Thunderfish. But look closer. It's got a wooden box on the fins. Those pieces of wood will stabilize it. Our modified Thunderfish will swim in shallow water. How shallow? Time to find out. Refuel these bombers and attach the modified Thunderfish. This will never work. I trust Commander Jenda. He's a pilot, just like us. Fire! Torpedo away! How's it looking? I don't see it. I don't think it... They work! Dunk! Congratulations, Commander Jenda. Your Thunderfish can swim. Refuel the bombers and put more targets out. We will practice until we are perfect. While the torpedo bombers and submarines hit the targets below the waterline, we will strike from above. Memorize these targets, especially the carriers. You will hit the airfields. Grounded planes are targets. Planes in the air are priority targets. Protect the bombers. Sir, this practice run takes so much fuel, so much oil. If this plan works, we'll have all the fuel we'll ever need. Merciful heavens, I'd hate to be their target. Captain Hale, you've told us many tales here on the gallows, so why has it taken this long to get to these amazing flying machines? Torpedoes away! And he's off and running. Do you think he'll come back? I hope not. He's not wrong. These flying machines are fascinating. Would you like to know who the Japanese are planning to attack? The Americans, I suppose. Yes. Why? It's complicated. I'd like to hear all the details, the political jiggery-pokery, the interesting stuff that Puddinghead usually interrupts. It all starts with a list of Japanese wars leading up to 1941. We'll go back to 1894. The First Sino-Japanese War, 1894 to 1895. Ooh, fancy banners. Japan fought Imperial Qing forces in China. Hey! Then, in 1899, the Boxer Rebellion, 1899 to 1901. Japan joined an 8-nation alliance to subdue a rebellion in Target incoming! Stop bursting my banners! Then they fought Russia. The Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905. Well, where are you? Aren't you going to destroy this one too? Where did he go? Good. Maybe we can go into detail now. I'd like to hear about how such a small country could go to war with Russia. Bombs away! Then there was World War I, 1914 to 1918. Rip! Wow! The invasion of Manchuria, 1931 to 1932. Rip! The invasion of French Indochina, 1940. Rip! The Second Sino-Japanese War. Freddie doesn't like my airplane. The Second Sino-Japanese War, 1937 to 1941. Rip! So much for serious political discussion. Yes, lots of wars, but we don't get to discuss them. So what's the point? Japan was victorious in all of them. Incredible! By 1941, the island nation of Japan had become the dominant power in Asia and controlled one of the most powerful navies in the world. Tiny island nations, we always win. Yes, but tiny island nations need natural resources to maintain their power. If you want a powerful navy, you need iron, coal, and most of all, oil. We get all the resources we need from our British colonies. Well, Japan had colonies in Taiwan, Korea, and Manchuria, but they wanted more. They needed more resources, or all that power they had gained would be lost. That felt great! What did I miss? A great deal. Did they do the attack they were training for? No, not quite yet. Goody. And that is the end of chapter 1. So, some of you may have a hypothesis of who the Japanese are. Well, we know who they're going to attack, the Americans, but you might have an idea as to what the rest of this book is about. However, you won't know if you're correct until you read the book. So I am going to assign it to the class in the Epic Books site. And if you're reading offline, that's fine. If you're reading online, that's also fine. I think I had a couple people still ask for the code, so maybe they were just kind of looking around and they weren't going to read the menagerie, but I'm not sure. So, Freddie, come up. Okay, so Freddie's going to say hi. Say hi, Freddie. Say hi, Freddie. Yes. How are you doing? So the book will be there, and actually, this is part of the Nathan Hale Hazardous Tales series. And I believe most, if not all of them, are also on the Epic Books website. Okay, good boy, down. So if you like this series, you're welcome to read all of the other ones. If you want to kind of figure out about the three guys that were doing the discussion about the Japanese wars, I would read One Dead Spy, which is book 1. So that'll kind of introduce you, and then it doesn't really matter what other order you read it in. So I hope that interests some of you, and don't forget that there is an exploding whale somewhere in the book. There is, I checked. I made sure. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you Friday for our discussion. I anticipate that the discussions are going to be the same times, 10, 1, and in the evening. But if those consistently don't work for you and you want to join, let me know. Let me know what the roadblock is, and I'll see what I can do. Okay? All right. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.